Hi, this is Dave, and this is Dave's Worldview. You know, the choice before us in the upcoming election couldn't be more clear. If you've seen my recent videos, I've made the case that the Democrats are wrong on the economy, wrong on COVID-19, and wrong on the Supreme Court. The Democrats are also wrong on identity politics, the First Amendment, and the Second Amendment. The Democrats are wrong for floating the ideas of lowering the voting age, packing the Supreme Court, and abolishing the Electoral College. The Democrats are also wrong for shaming our children for their past and depriving them of a future. And I have to add, I think it's more likely that Joe Biden colluded with the communists than President Trump. A vote for Democrats is a vote for identity politics and critical theory, a flawed theory that divides Americans into the oppressed and their oppressors, a theory designed with no path for healing or forgiveness, and the perfect vehicle for creating division and Marxist revolutionaries. A vote for Democrats is a vote for the Marxist revolutionaries that burned our cities. By their admission, BLM is a Marxist organization, and if you click on their donate tab at blacklivesmatter.org, you are directed to Act Blue, a fundraising arm for the Democratic Party. A vote for Democrats is a vote for the total gender confusing of our children. The Democratic Party has blown past gay marriage to endorse drag queen story hour in our public libraries and now in our public schools. Progressives seek to sexualize our children before they can even learn to read. Democrats in California recently passed a law decriminalizing pedophilia when there is less than a 10-year difference in age between the victim and the abuser. A vote for Democrats is a vote for abortion till the day of birth in the push for infanticide. Peter Singer, the professor of bioethics at Princeton University, has said, "Human babies are not born self-aware or capable of grasping that they exist over time. They are not persons. But animals are self-aware, and therefore the life of a newborn is of less value than the life of a pig, a dog, or a chimpanzee." Professor Singer symbolizes the type of progressive philosophers that the Democratic Party takes its moral cues from. Since, if in their view there is no God, morality is reduced to whatever is convenient at the time. I came across a sermon by Pastor Gary Hamrick from Cornerstone Chapel in Leesburg, Virginia. The sermon was titled, "Church in America, Wake Up." Pastor Hamrick said this: "The Democratic Party is no longer the party of JFK or even the party of Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton signed into law the Defense of Marriage Act that defined marriage for federal purposes as between one man and one woman. The Democratic Party is now the progressive party of AOC, Rashid Tlaib, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren. If you are a lifelong Democrat, your party has left you," he goes on. "I used to believe that the two-party system in America was much like a husband and wife in a marriage, just a little different. Different people with different approaches and different perspectives, but who shared a common goal and vision for life. So therefore, they could learn from each other. They can learn from each other's different perspectives and balance each other out." He says, "I don't believe that anymore." He said, "I believe that there is a liberal progressive agenda influenced by spiritual forces of evil that, if allowed to progress, will be the demise of America." People are sitting around today foolishly talking about how they don't like Trump's tweets, his unfiltered style, and checkered past. Meanwhile, the enemy is roaming around like a roaring lion, looking for a nation to devour. "Trump is not going to win Miss Congeniality," he said. "Get over it. It's not about personality. It's about being a guardian of what is true and right in our day. That's what we need to be concerned about." And that's the end of what he said. What I have to say is President Trump is an imperfect man that realizes what made America great. And he's trying in his own way and style to lead us back to that place. Please don't be more outraged over President Trump's tweets than you are over the destruction that the progressive agenda has done to our society. You know, the same radical progressives, radical liberals, whatever you want to call them, the ones that despised Jerry Falwell's moral majority in the 1980s, are now trying to make up their morals on the fly and force them on the rest of society. Hedonism and liberty are two different things. I don't really care what they do. They can pleasure themselves all they want. But when they start forcing their morals on other people and telling us that they're going to teach our children in public schools things that we strongly are opposed to, then their hedonism is now infringed upon our liberties. Anyhow, we're at a defining moment here. It's very important how you vote. If you want liberty, I would definitely vote Republican. This is Dave's Worldview. Thanks for watching. And pray for the nation, pray for the election, and pray that God would once again show us mercy that we don't deserve.